Hey, what's happening? It's your dude, the merciless Reece L. Black. Welcome back to the booth. Damn, why do I feel like I haven't spoke to y'all in so damn long and everything? Like, I know there's been a couple of videos that was uploaded with me doing collabs and everything, but damn, I kind of feel like I haven't spoken to my family since, like, what, Christmas? Yeah, your boy was under the weather after Christmas. Like, I had terrible ass cough, headache, and had no voice. And so I did my best to still try to keep you guys informed. I think I dropped a little video for y'all around New Year's or whatever, just to let you guys know how I'm doing. But before that, after Christmas, my voice was done. But man, it feels good to go ahead and chop it up with you guys. So to all the new subscribers, welcome to the booth. Anyways, unfortunately, we have to talk about this. All right, so some of you guys out there pretty much already know that in certain spaces we actually have content creators talking about what they prefer. And once again, no black women allowed. All right, I want to go ahead and get down to the nitty-gritty on this. Of course, there's going to be men out there that's going to voice their preference on whatever, if they prefer anything non-black. But if they do want to mess with somebody black, they got to be a red bone, they got to be light skinned, you know, they got to be somewhat slim, thick, and light skinned. And if you are heavily melanated, apparently that's a no-go. So no dark-skinned black women, I guess. So I wanted to go ahead and address that. And also shout out to the sub who DM'd me, and they actually sent me like a video of like a TikTok collage of videos of brothers, you know, talking about some of them that were talking about why they don't date black women, why they date outside of the race. So let's go ahead and address this. At the end of the day, I'm not here to offend anybody. You date who you want to date. Your flavor is your flavor. Your flavor is your flavor. But one of the fucking problems that I actually have is that when people always have to make a social statement about it. But let's go ahead and shift this over into a positive direction. Of course, we've had a popular platform of two YouTubers or podcasters, I should say, who addressed how they don't night ride. They don't date black women. And if they do, maybe a light-skinned red bone. But other than that, no heavily melanated black women. Black women have been synonymous with ghetto and ratchet now. The good ones are overlooked, and if anybody has basically subscribed to this platform, I bring on the good ones. That good girl, you know, girl next door, if she's a freak or not a freak. But I don't have anybody on here disrespectful. I don't have anybody on my platform that's loud. Shout out to ZZ, the A to Z TV. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to her platform. She was actually here on my show more than once, actually. And the thing is, a lot of dudes may perceive her to be somewhat loud, but me, you know, a dude that has a freaking brain, will actually end up listening to her and looking at her as someone who is just vocally passionate about what she's speaking about. She enjoys life. She's very charismatic, but she is a passionate woman who loves her black men. Terribly loves her black men. Go to her channel and find out. One of the things I think a lot of you women out there need to understand is the type of men who say that they don't want to date you anymore. Most likely these are the men. I don't want to say that they've been hurt by black women their whole entire life or anything like that. And if that is, then that's a deeper issue that needs to be addressed on a personal level. Seek therapy or something. But I want to tell you something. These are the men that pretty much had very little or just low success with you black women. Let's look at the so-called stereotypes that are still attached to you black women nowadays. You're loud, independent, disrespectful. The new one now is you're delusional, entitled. Let's just go ahead and address those for a second here. Now, me personally, have I ran into some loud black women in my time? Yes. But funny thing is, I ran into some loud black women at nightclubs and bars, places with alcohol. So there's gonna be some high intoxication there, right? And who doesn't get loud when they drink? Who doesn't get loud when there's just alcohol and music involved, period? If you want to turn up, you turn up. But I know what they're talking about. One of the things that I kind of noticed with men who basically have zero great success with black women, they always got something stereotypical to say, like they're loud. This is what it is, all right? And this is not a pandering issue or anything like that. Take it from somebody who pretty much got, you know, hollered at black women their whole lives, got rejected by black women their whole lives, who had their heart broken by black women their whole lives, who've been burned by black women their whole lives. There was not once where I just said, I am done dating black women. I just said, I'm done dating black women who got an attitude. I'm done dating black women who are quote unquote disrespectful and loud. I'm done dating black women who don't have their shit together. That was what I did. I did not put everybody in a damn box and just said, I'm done with them over there. It's like, no, I'm done dealing with these dusty ass, you know, black women that pretty much didn't have nothing going on and they were not a fit for me. I didn't just exclude all of them. But here's the good news, ladies. A lot of black women are not checking for the black men who say they don't want to date them anymore. They're not checking for them. They're not checking for them physically, and they're not checking for them sexually. And honest to God truth, some of them are not even checking for them financially. So in other words, you dodged a bullet, and you see why. Name an attractive black man who got it going on, who really had to come out publicly and say they don't date black women. You barely ever see that. You do have some men out there that just end up dating somebody, and if they are a good fit for that woman, or vice versa, that woman is a fit for them, then he ends up staying with that woman regardless of nationality. There are a bunch of men out there that literally just see a woman who's fit for them and they decide to move on forward to be with them. They just saw a beautiful woman. That's it. They didn't see black. They didn't see white. They just saw a beautiful feminine woman that they love being with. That's it. Now, when you have men out there who got to voice a particular group of women because they did not date every black woman on the planet, usually there's a problem. This is usually a man that pretty much just had no luck, or they probably got clowned. And if they got clowned, it was probably because they said some corny shit when they were probably trying to approach them. And I'm gonna go on record and say this, and I said this before in a previous video. Black women are the easiest to holler at. I'm gonna tell you something. Hollering at black women is like having a video game like Madden football. It's like playing Madden football on Hall of Fame mode or Madden mode, whichever it's called, the hardest mode or whatever. If you can pull black women with no problem, you can pull anything else. You don't have to worry about if she has an attitude or anything like that. Know why? Because your game is so on point. Your game is so on point that she just enjoys your character, she just sees your energy, she just loves being around you, and you just end up being respected because you're not coming at her foul. If anybody is subscribing, any man subscribing to any platform where people are always trashing black women, that's a them issue. It's just unattractive. Kind of like we go the other way if we have a bunch, you know, if you are dealing with a woman who always got something to say about black men. And the thing is, there's plenty of black men out there who are well established and got their lives together, who don't want to deal with those type of women. It's just the energy that they feel. And so these black women just see a certain energy about some of these brothers where they don't want to deal with them at all. So if they come off disrespectful or rambunctious, you can tell these men are not exactly going up to them and say, hi, I'm Reece, and you are. Who is really going to flat out just get loud and disrespectful with a man who just approaches a woman with respect like that? You had to follow up with something whack. And the thing is, there's a lot of you black men out there who never tell the whole entire story. Really, what did you say to tick off this black woman? And that's another thing too. Folks just be acting like black women just fly off the handle. They just have the short ass fuse to where they just get mad at every little thing. They got to complain about every little thing. This is what it is here. We're in a new age. Especially when you're dealing with social media, we're in a new age where you have a lot of multiple women shoved in your face to set the standards for this westernized beauty. And unfortunately, the black woman is not one of them. And if they are, yeah, it's the fairer skinned black woman. So the darker skinned black woman is no longer getting any play, because I'm gonna tell you something, 70s, 80s, 90s, yeah, you couldn't keep a dark skinned black woman out of anybody's face. Jet Magazine, Ebony, Essence, these were all publications where they highlighted darker hues, darker hue women and everything, regardless even if they weren't black. If you were just a darker colored woman, these publications, they highlighted that. They gave honor to that. They loved it. But apparently when hip hop came around, the damn game changed. Nobody can say that a certain race of woman is a threat. Back in the day, we had the law where there couldn't even be any interracial dating, but that never stopped black people from being married. Now people want to say that the Latina is your biggest threat, like that's going to end up keeping black men and women from getting married, and that's not even the truth. I'm gonna tell you something, and I've seen it, and this is a perfect example. We now have men who are being vocal about what they do not want, and it's a turnoff. And the deal is, and I'm gonna go ahead and be real, non-black women don't even want y'all asses anyway. People who talk like that, people who have an energy about you like that, look, you're not physically attractive, you're not sexually attractive, so what you're going to do is you're going to just go ahead and itemize one group of women who didn't like you in the first place because it's easier to do. Why? Because it's been done for centuries. When black men are talking about no more black women, what makes you think that the other races of women out there are going to find you attractive after stating something like that? And if they do get with you after everything you said, probably because they share the same sentiments about black women. I mean, damn near, they're pretty much the most unprotected, being on the planet right now. Yeah, I mean, black men were the most killed, but black women are very, very, very unprotected. So when you have black men also making the point of like, wow, we're done with black women, it's like, no, how about you say you're done with that dusty ass black woman you were dealing with? Why don't you say you're done with dealing with broke black women? Why don't you get you an educated one? Oh, that's right, degrees don't matter. We don't care about your degree. But at the end of the day, black men, the ones that don't like black women, obviously if you're on this platform, you have a thing for black women, I'm just saying. But and another thing is, you really can't cancel anybody that says some shit like that. Why? Because black women don't even support platforms like that. They don't support bonehead platforms where they always gotta like wait until somebody gets kicked off of a show. People who sub to content like that, they can't pull any girls. That's why they're entertained by it. That's why they love waiting for it and everything. They can't stand women. But to just pretty much just slash off a whole nother group of women, especially black women, that's good. That's good. More for the guys that's really, willing to go ahead and date a black woman. That's good. And at the end of the day, the individuals that are saying what type of woman they will never date, you guys are not even protectors anyway. Y'all the type of motherfuckers that will actually see a black woman get into some shit and you will take out your phone and record the shit so it could be world starred. You're not gonna jump in and intervene with this woman who's basically getting her ass handled. You're not gonna do shit, because if you don't date them, why should you help them? But I pretty much just wanted to go ahead and throw that vid out there. I'm sorry for all the profanity, but you motherfuckers out there are actually really starting to piss me off, letting everybody know like a stray bitch who you don't date. Nobody didn't ask. Nobody cares. And the motherfuckers that you don't date ain't checking for you and don't want you and will never support you. I'm out this piece. Good evening, Mr. Black.